A News Center 13 sports exclusive. Live from the Rochester War Memorial, it's the 19 Section 5 Class A basketball championship game. The Royal Comets of Rush Henrietta take on the East High Orientals. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers Restaurants and by Midas, American and foreign car specialist. Nobody beats Midas.
Welcome to the Rochester War Memorial for the Section 5 Class A championship game between the Orientals of East High and the Rush Henrietta Royal Comets. I'm Doug Emledge along with Edison coach Dick O'Toole to help me with the game analysis tonight. Overall, what is the key to this basketball game tonight?
I think the key is going to be the inside play at both teams. Rush Henrietta needs to keep East High's big men off the boards, not give them a lot of second and third chances, stay out of foul trouble, and at the other end, they're going to have to score some points to open up their outside game.
A lot has been made about the fact that this is a rematch of a football championship game from back in November. The point guards tonight for East and Rush Henrietta were the quarterbacks in that game. Eric Wyatt for Rush Henrietta and Sean Johnson for East. Let's talk first about Sean Johnson, the man who runs the show for the Orientals.
Sean's an excellent player. He had great training under Coach Joe Foster at Monroe. He can penetrate, he can shoot the three, he can pull up for the jumper, he leads the break. He's just a super all-around player, and East High needs him to play well if they're going to win the ball game.
He is one of 3 starters who transferred at the beginning of this year from Monroe because of a district reorganization. Took over the point guard spot from Terrence Mitchell, who's now moved to one of the off-guard slots.
Mitchell's a fine
senior at point guard, number 22, Sean Johnson. For Rush Henrietta, at guard, a 5'10 sophomore. Jackson tries to go up with it, loses it on a pass to Hetrick. That's Sean Johnson bringing it up court, and he keeps driving, goes up with a shot and draws a foul, and East wins the battle on the boards finally. Sean Johnson with the alley-oop, and it goes! Number 40, Will Kendrick, the 6'6 junior, was on the receiving end of that. They won't, but it was there at that time, and they took it.
That was a fine play. Johnson brought the ball down. Kendrick knew that he was going to get that ball coming down. He just kept going to the back.
East. That's Sean Johnson. Up with a shot. It's good. A 2-pointer. Go ahead, Coach. That time, Wyatt's shot hits nothing. Here's Johnson on the break. He takes it all away, and it goes. Sean Johnson goes coast to coast.
He's
been a big factor as Strickland tries when it goes off the iron. Here comes East. Johnson with a nice behind-the-back dribble, the no-look pass in the corner, and the three-pointer by Reggie Smith doesn't fall, but Sean Johnson follows up, and East scores. It's so enjoyable. You don't even have to be a parent or a student to enjoy coming to these games. The last 2 weeks are a lot of fun as we watch East. He misses the second. East with the rebound. They've got 8 seconds on RH12, and we're underway. This is Sean Johnson, the point guard for East. Man who can play football and basketball, and has just committed a travel. Being looked at by some Ivy League schools. Not sure what he wants to play yet either. And the rebound down to Reggie Smith. They push the ball up for 3. It's off the back of the board. Again, the rebound to East. Sean Johnson pushes it up to Mitchell. Mitchell takes it, takes the shot. It's all Johnson with the drive down the lane, the dish.
Usually the result is a dump-off pass.
There you see the crowd filled in well. Good crowd at the War Memorial. Some of the folks a little late in arriving tonight.
He's in his own defense.
And Sean Johnson, who's moved down in the zone. Hetrick takes the shot from outside.
That's not the shot that Coach Cox would like to see from Hetrick.
They are working on his ankle. RH comes away with nothing.
Well, that was not a good pass by Brian Hetrick.
There's Johnson. The shot over the outstretched arms of three Rush Henrietta players falls. It's 29-18. The lead's back to 11. The sure thing. Wyatt was in the air and kind of knew what he was going to do all the way. He did. We did. Mark Gettner handling the ball for East. Back to Sean Johnson. Johnson will drive. Takes the shot, and it goes. And we have Sean Johnson is hurt now. May have gotten poked in the eye as he went up, and the first half comes to an end, 31-21. Sean Johnson down on the court.
31-21 at half. We'll be back right after this break.
Put my foot on the gas. Whoa, accelerate. Whoa, drive so fast. Whoa, no one's gonna catch me.
For East, Mitchell had 9 and Johnson 10. Foul problems.
At one of the guard positions.
I think we'll have to keep our eye on Kevin Jackson, too, and see what kind of mobility he has out there and whether or not he's going to be able to.
He is too. Yeah, he hasn't shot well underneath from the field, and now some trouble at the line as he misses both. And Sean Johnson with the flying rebound. He pushes it up. Mizell will dish it back, and the layup by Will Kendrick doesn't fall. Johnson there with a third effort, and that goes down.
That's good hustle on the floor again.
That's a couple three-pointers in this half. Sean Johnson misses, but there with the slam is Reggie Smith.
They've got a little foul difficulty, and I think Coach Rizzo is trying to run some time off the clock.
Mizell, a three-pointer off the rim. The rebound went to Kendrick. Credit to him at this point of the game at the War Memorial on television. And a steal. Chris Sanderson threw it away there. Sean Johnson with the shot, and it goes. Not in the ball game anymore. We talked about his injury. He's the best rebounder certainly for RH. And another steal. He threw it away, and this ball game is over. Sean Johnson goes for the layup, and it's 64-51 and East high.
Foul any three-point shots.
East came into the tournament seeded fourth. The miss there, but the turnover and another foul.
Well, it's not good.
Celebration on the floor of the War Memorial. East High, the Section 5 Class A champions. Of a championship game, and has been the case throughout this tournament for years. We're going to recognize the players from both teams. Most valuable players, Sean Johnson, and Mike Catalana is with Sean right now. Mike, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for you, Doug. You know, Sean didn't even know that, so we kind of ruined the surprise for him. MVP of the game, how do you feel?
I feel great. I tell you, after winning the Section 5 MVP in football and to do it again in basketball is definitely a privilege. I mean, most kids in high school don't even get a chance to make it to a sectional game, and I've made it to 2, football and basketball, and MVP. I feel great. I love Rochester, Section 5.
And you must love East. 3 years at Monroe, you come here, you must be big man on campus over there.
Well, I tell you, we got a lot of leaders and a lot of good athletes at East, and I just came in and fit right into the program. They made me feel comfortable, and my job is to come out here and lead these talented young individuals.
Hey, Rush Henrietta didn't quit on you tonight. It was a good game for most of the part, but then at the end, you guys put it away with a run.
I think we felt comfortable and relaxed throughout the game from the start. And then we sort of got to the point after halftime, we got a little too relaxed, started getting back into the game. We said, hey, guys, let's buckle down. Let's win this game.
Okay, congratulations, Sean.
Thanks a lot.
Most valuable player.
I appreciate it.
For East High against Rush Henrietta tonight. We'll be back with more right after this.
You know, I pointed out early in the first half that Rush Henrietta was just not rebounding like they used to against East High.
There's Sal Rizzo with a Class A championship trophy. His players have received their certificates. The runners-up from Rush Henrietta have done the same. Sean Johnson led East tonight with 16 points. Eric Wyatt, the leading scorer overall for the game. He was 17 points for Rush Henrietta, many of them on three-pointers late in the basketball game. So we did have a good one. After RH down by 10 at the half, they came back to take a 2-point lead, and then East came back with their speed, their strength on the boards.